And speaking of being published, you are now published where?
I'm published in a book called San Francisco Architects, Top Bay Area Studios. It's out by Book Publishing, BOQ. Um, yeah, I did a couple of projects for this architect in San Francisco, and two of my projects are in the book from pages 150 to 155. It's kind of exciting. So yeah, you can get a coffee table with my pictures in it.
Go Cat. So last question. Not sure if you have these kind of conversations, but I know there are a lot of people, even at our age, still
Right.
asking the question, what do I want to do when I grow up?
Yes.
Meaning that they're thinking of making a transition, whether it's a hobby or second stream of income. What would you say to someone who wants to do something different, may have a creative urge, but just doesn't even know where to go? What from your experience did you find valuable? What would you say to them?
Well, so for me, I needed to know what I didn't know. So I figured out I didn't know the technical side of photography at all. So I realized I needed to go to school. That's how it works for me. Not everyone who's a photographer has to go to school, but they obviously have to learn how to do the things that they need to do in order to get good photographs. So you have to figure out what you need to learn. That's the first step, I really think. And also, it doesn't hurt to find a mentor in your whatever field that is. Ask them questions, see if you can have virtual coffee these days. And just, I've had a lot of people approach me, like students in school who want to go into photography, and, they've asked questions about how to put a portfolio together. I've had people who are, a friend of my sister's is a lawyer, but she really loves photography and she wants to know how she can make that maybe her business instead. So we've had conversations about, what kind of photography do you want to do? And if you don't know, you have to just shoot a lot. Shoot a lot until you start seeing a pattern of what it is that you like to shoot and what it is that you're good at shooting, and then go after it. Um, I personally have always felt that it's better to specialize in something, because being a jack of all trades is master of none. You know what I mean? That's the saying for a reason. And obviously with editorial photography, you do have to be a little bit of a jack of all trades. Even if you're shooting interiors, you'll sometimes have to shoot people in the interiors. So you have to know how to handle that. And then if you're shooting people, sometimes you need to be able to shoot them in an interior. So it's like this flip flop, you know what I mean? But it certainly helps when someone looks at your portfolio, whether it's online or in print, for them to know what is it that they shoot. And you don't want to see 15 different categories and wonder, well, like which one are they good at? You know what I mean? Which one is their specialty? So learn as much as you can from as many people as you can. There's so many blogs and forums and groups that you can join. So kind of familiarize yourself with that.
Love it. Speaking of love it or list it, curious, what interior design trend are you done with, over with, don't want to see more of?
I hate to say it, and people are going to boo me for this, but the Joanna Gaines shiplap thing, I'm so done with that. Why? If you live in Waco, Texas, that's fine. But if you live in a city, why do you have a farmhouse? I'm going to get booed for that, but I'm over it. And the barn door thing, I'm over
The
that
barn
too.
door thing. The barn door thing.
It's like you don't live in a barn. And one of my interior design clients had the funniest thing to say. He said, "Why would you pay all that money to look poor?" I mean, it's kind of mean, but it's kind of true. So
Waco, Texas inspired a whole
yes.
countrywide designed.
And I'm not saying that she isn't talented and that her work isn't great, but it's also like there's an environment that's happening there. You know what I mean? Like, um, but I just see it everywhere. Joanna Gaines is this, I mean, she's a brilliant person, right? She's this huge brand. She's selling to Target. She's selling books. She's selling magazines. I mean, it's insane. It's this whole lifestyle that she has. Um, So she's brilliant in that respect, but am I done with the shiplap? Yes. I like never want to see shiplap again.
What do you really enjoy about architecture in the area that you live in now, about the Raleigh look or the North Carolina feel?
So it's very interesting. The kinds of interiors that I got to shoot in California are very different than the ones here. And I'm sure, I follow some photographers in New York as well, and that's a totally different look because it's the city and you're in condos or brownstones or whatever. So I've had to get used to shooting sort of more Southern traditional sometimes, which was out of my wheelhouse in California. Like that just did not exist. But I've been inspired by designs that maybe I wouldn't have in my house, but I feel like, wow, that's amazing. I could never think of that. And it suits the homeowners completely. Um, like it's been really fun just to see the difference. California, it was sometimes more modern architecture, indoor outdoor living. There is a lot of indoor outdoor living in Raleigh as well, a lot of screen porches because so much of the year is temperate. But yeah, there has been quite a lot of Southern traditional that I've had to shoot, and I've learned to appreciate it. Although I did get to shoot this very modern house 2 days ago, which I'm pitching to Lux magazine. So fingers crossed that that'll happen. I'll let you know. But it was super modern. It kind of had a California, Florida vibe, actually. It was beautiful. I mean, I'll have to send you pictures when it's done. So
Well, we're going to come down and visit Raleigh and see what it's all
yes,
about.
come visit, definitely.
Thank you again, Kat. I loved Chat with Kat Part 2, and looking forward to seeing more of your work everywhere.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.